Hey, what is going on the YouTube? This is Robert, and today I'm bringing you the full drop list for this week, which is week 4 of the Spring-Summer 2021 season. Now, this drop list is a lot sooner in the end than I was expecting it to be. We normally have to wait until like Wednesday or like late on Tuesday for it to arrive, but instead it is just here like that, because normally when we have a collaboration or so, you normally wait a day and a bit, and then that's about it, and then we can get straight into things. But this time it's just pretty much instant, and yeah, that's about it. So we're going to be getting straight into this. It's not an amazing week, I will say. There are some pieces that do make it average or good, but in comparison to last week with the Nike collaboration, it's like day and night. Like, you can't really compare it. So yeah, let's get straight into this. Okay, so like I said, this week we have the Hysteric Glamour collaboration. Last collaboration that occurred with Hysteric Glamour was in 2017, or I believe fall winter 17. Yeah, the collection at that point in time, to be honest, I was a fan of. My brother picked up like the bed sheets during that. I should have got the hoodie in the black colorway, which had like an oval sort of graphic to it, but I didn't. But yeah, as an overall, I was a fan of the last collaboration that they had. This time, I'm a bit of a mix, but there is one specific piece that I am looking forward to and might attempt to go for in the end, but it just depends on what the retail is. But I'm definitely siding to the side of wanting to go for it in the end. But anyway, let's get into this drop list for this week, which is going to kick things off, or we are going to kick things off with the Overdyed beanie. Obviously, if I don't go for the item that I'm planning on going for or aiming to go for, we're just going to go for a beanie, most probably in the black colorway. Other than that, colorways that I'd say are fine are probably the slate, the grey, peach sort of colour. Brown is also, basically all of them are okay. I don't know too much about that yellow, but other than that, I'd say that pretty much every colourway is not too bad, but definitely black colourway is going to be the best choice out of all of them. But obviously, I don't want to get into that habit of what I did during, I think it was 2019 or 18, where I literally, every single week, if something dropped like a beanie or so, I'd just pick it up, and I ended up with like a stack of beanies, and yeah, it was just a bit too much. So the next item is going to be the Splatter short sleeve top, which, yeah, if you don't remember it, it looks like this. I was still a bit mixed on this when I saw it during the like lookbook preview, because it just looks like a blood splatter sort of look or effect to it. I'm not really the biggest fan, but at the same time it is okay. It is an embroidered logo, so that's a plus, but at the same time it's, yeah, the side of it being on a top or a short sleeve top, its retail is just going to be like 56 to like 68 pounds or so. So as of that, it's not really a piece that I'd be like, yeah, go straight for it. But if you want it for the personal, I definitely think it is just a nice piece. Following that, we're going to have the embroidered S piece. S pieces or S logo pieces, the design I was a bit hit and miss on. I think personally that in this navy, pink and grey colourway, I like it. Other than that, I'm not a fan. Like, that's about it. I just like the colourway choices. And I've said it before, but they really are overusing and pushing like S logos to the edge, because last season, the season before, we had quite a few. This season they're doing a lot of them again, and yeah, they're really like draining the last like bit of hype, I feel, out of it, but maybe that's just me. Following that, we have the reflective zip hooded jacket. I think it's just a standard like clean piece. In the front, like maroon colorway, and in the back black colorway, I think it looks quite clean. We obviously have the zip track pant also match, which I think again in those two colorways it's just nice and simple and clean. It's nothing too over the top, and yeah, subtle supreme by the pocket. The reflective part, I mean, it's okay, it's not too over the top, so yeah, for those I think they're okay. To be honest, to match it, you could also go with the split logo pullover in the yellow colorway and get the yellow and go full matching, but yeah, we'll leave that out. For the split logo pullover piece though, I'm not too much of a fan of the whole 50-50, which they've also started to do a lot of, but I think just the standard black colorway and then this blue or navy with blue colorway isn't too bad, and yeah, that's about it. But like I said, for the reflective pieces, I am a fan because it's just nice and simple. But yeah, as you see by the likes to dislikes, as an overall, people aren't really feeling this week, because they're saying that they're just going to go to sleep. It's a sleeper, it's a dead week, they can save their money, they can save their stimulus, this and that and the other, you know. Which is understandable, because they had the same, or everyone had the same sort of view for last week. and then people ended up going for a lot of the pieces because obviously everything sold out within like 2 or so minutes, near enough, or 3 minutes. But this week I feel like it is going to be true that people aren't going to be going for things purely because they're not happy with it, which, you know, it just happens. We're now going to move on to the hysteric glamour pieces. So we have a snake denim trucker jacket. They love their snake related things this season, don't they? Like, honestly, like genuinely, we've had the snake on the Nike pieces, or the snake skin on there. This time we've got the snake design with the hysteric glamour. You know, what's next? Do we get like a literal snake accessory come out? But yeah, trucker jacket and double knee denim painter pant. They also love to push out double knee painter pants or denim painter pants so far too. For me, I'm really not into it. Yeah, I think that depending on how it's like received, or maybe what the stock levels are like, then maybe it will do well. But personally for me, it really doesn't do too much for me, and yeah, that's really it. Like, it just doesn't do too much for me at the end of the day. The colorways are fine in the like blue denim and then the black colorway. I'm not so much a fan of the rainbow color. I think that by itself it looks a lot better visually, but with the white background it could just get dirty very easily, and it's just a no from me. Moving on to the piece though that I am a massive fan of, and I will probably attempt to go for, which is going to be the Logos Zip Up Sweater. This is a great piece. For me personally, this is a highlight of the week with like nothing else to match it. It's got a very vintage look to it because of the font choices and how its layout is. You've got logos everywhere, obviously. You've got the main logo on the back, which is very iconic with Supreme. And yeah, you've just got glamour, hysteric, like it's just coated in them. And personally for me, in this colorway specifically, I'm going to be going for it. Black colorway, not so much. It doesn't hit that strongly for me in this. It's still nice, it's still clean, but personally, this is just amazing. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be going for it depending on the retail. That definitely can change to a maybe to like a no, depending on what the retail is. I hope that it's not in the heavens, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just going over the snake piece again. Like I said, just so you can get like a bit more detail to it, it's not really for me. I do appreciate the aspect of the text going down and like spiraling down throughout it. I think that's cool, but I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be a hit with people. And yeah, definitely this colorway is just way too much for me. But these two, the colorways are okay, but I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. From the lookbook, we then have an overdyed camo camp cap. Very standard, and yeah, there's not much to say for it, to be honest. That's about it. We've had a lot of overdyed pieces recently, or camo related pieces, and yeah, I'd just say the blue and black colorway are just going to be the standard. We then have a plaid flannel shirt from the collaboration. I'm not really a flannel shirt person, but I will say that the pretty standard, just like black colorway or grey colorway, is nice and simple, and yeah, that's about it. Embroidered S logo sweatpant, not at all. Terrible piece for me personally. It looks like someone sneezed them over it. On the hoodie, I give it a pass, and I like some of the colorways, but on the sweatshirt, no. We then have the denim crusher with the snake design. Because of the embroidered like text to it, I give it like a pass, but at the same time, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like people are going to overall go for this. The crew neck, I'm not really a fan of either from the collaboration. I think that the pink colorway is nice, but other than that, and the black colorway because it looks like it's had its saturation taken away, but other than that, it really doesn't do it for me. We have a lunchbox set. When it was announced that there was going to be a lunchbox set, I was quite like happy and looking forward to it until I saw the colorway choices. And yeah, this was going to be the piece that I was going to be going for, but honestly, with the leopard and blue, red and black, and then like a bad green, like with a black outline to it, it really just doesn't do it for me. If this was like white and red, like the Supreme sort of thing, or you had like colorways that actually matched with each other, because normally obviously red and black does go together, but for me it really doesn't blend well or like convert well onto this or translate well onto this, and yeah, it's just, yeah, it just is what it is. Following that, we have the long sleeve tee. Depending on the retail, it might actually be a good piece just to get for the personal. I don't think a lot of the pieces from this collaboration are going to sell on, so yeah, black and white colourway is nice. The maroon sort of red colourway is nice as well. Maybe the slate or purple type too, but yeah, other than that, not so much. Zip up hooded sweatshirt. I'm not a zip up hooded person. I went through that phase of wearing them and they just don't do it for me anymore. And I don't think this one is great anyway, so we'll move straight on to the Blurred Girls Rayon short sleeve shirt. Maybe as a summer piece this one might do well, but at the same time, if there's no backing behind it, it's a little bit difficult. Last year and the year before, Rayons really did pop off at like just a couple months or so after the time they've been released. A couple of them did start to pop off, but I don't know if this one will follow in the same suit as of that. We then have a Compass 6 panel. This is the one, I believe, with the actual compass on it. Yeah, I remember this from the lookbook, that it's an actual compass. Yeah, it is, yeah. Black colourway, and we move on. For the last couple of pieces for this, it's obviously the Hysteric Glamour pieces. We have the velour track jacket and short, and then we have the Leopard Trench. Personally, for me, I'm not so much a fan of this bright leopard. I like it on other pieces, like it translated well onto like the Supreme North Face Leopard series. On this, not so much. In the darker tone, I think it looks a lot better, but this one, no. For the velour pieces, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I actually like the colourways, but I'm not a velour person, so it really just, like, it really doesn't do it for me. I'll be perfectly honest, like, yeah. But that is going to cover it for colourways for these. I mean, all of them are okay, but the black and green are just the better colourways in the end, so yeah, that's about it. But that is going to cover this drop list. So as always, let me know down below what you're going to be going for. Personally, for me, if I don't go for this, depending on its retail, then I will be going for one of the beanies, probably just black colourway and nice and standard. Other than that, I do like a couple of pieces that are dropping this week. This sort of row is okay for them. A couple of colourways in the S logo, like hoodie or embroidered S logo, is okay. Other than that, there are just a couple of colourways throughout that I think are overall okay. It's not an amazing week, obviously, but in my mind, it isn't like a horrific week. There are still pieces that you can go for. But yeah, that is going to cover it, so let me know your opinions down below, like I've said. Other than that, I hope that you have a good day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.